funny.
Yeah, you didn't hear the intro thing?
No, I haven't.
Oh, he played the old intro for like a hot beat.
2 times in a row, Joseph.
Come on, Chris. The people want to know what's wrong with you lately.
2 times winner. Yeah,
2
it
times.
It could be the lack of sleep, you know.
Could be the lack of sleep. Okay.
Two-time back-to-back
Ladies and gentlemen.
1999 Super Bowl.
Oh, here we go. Up, we got Circus Tricks. Yay! Thank you to our favorite audience again. We're so lucky. We got Sexy Pepsi pulling up the zipper, hanging out in the crowd, giving them a cheer. Give them a cheer, Chris.
Woo.
Oh, man. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you again here for joining us on a beautiful Saturday night.
I don't know why.
We got Chris on the ones and the twos, who sucks. We got Pat Lynch. Can't get rid of him like herpes. And we got back the talent, the man, the myth, the legend, Joseph Keneally.
What's the STD that shows up everywhere? It just flares up
It's just
once
everywhere.
in a while.
It's Peter McGraw.
Yep. Touche. Well, where's the button?
I didn't want to give myself the button. I kept trying to shut you up with the drum beat.
Not tonight, baby.
You wouldn't shut up.
Not tonight. I'm ready. Rearing to go. Just like last week. I don't know if you saw episode 156, Chris, but we came out hot tamale. And then by the end of the night,
hot and you burned bright.
Oh, bro!
From the Snapchats I saw, you burned so bright.
Yeah, really bright.
Talk about a complete difference in concerts from week to week.
Could use a couple of these on that night.
Prison, the worst concert DJ experience I've ever had in my entire life. To Nico Moon, the professional that you want this from every like if Chris Dibble can just take 5 minutes, get a little bit of a 5-minute course from how to handle your crowd and how to treat your crowd. Chris Dibble would be the man. The best time of literally. I got there. We had the crap pumpkin drink last week. That literally the beginning started well, but the end was all concentrate. And you drink all concentrate, your stomach's no good.
Probably should have read the can, and that might have been a little better experience.
Absolutely should have read. And you know what, Pat? You know what you do? You just drink.
Do they suggest mixing?
The number one.
They say
they say invert
turn it upside down and then spin it around to get the stuff all unsettled.
Yeah. So we definitely
missed that part of the equation, though.
You know, us animals just dive in. Nobody reads instructions. We're men. Who reads instructions?
In our defense, how many beers have instructions? Like, it would be open can.
That is a fair statement.
Fair stuff. Very, very fair, Pat. So me and Pat, Chris didn't. Chris has got a better stomach than me and Pat. But me and Pat walked in there with a little bit of a gurgly stomach. Also, Frank came in hachi-machi. Hachi.
He came in on
Gin
fire. En fuego.
Like a champion.
En fuego.
Just loving every second of it. So me and Pat, Tito's and Sprite. And I'm not even kidding you. The Tito's and Sprite looked at me and said, I'm sorry, bud. You're not getting up to early tomorrow. And I just proceeded to let it go and just enjoyed the night and said, you know what? There's not gonna be a Nico Moon this intimate of a situation. Again, he's too good. He's gonna be the next time is just gonna be insane.
Now, was that at the Salt Shed?
No, that was at the old Toby Keith's.
Yeah, Joe's and Rosemont.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
that's
Joe-
right. That's
so,
right. That's
yeah,
right.
after he
'cause
got
you
off-
guys ended up at what's it called across it?
After
All the bars.
After
yeah.
Nico Moon got off, Joe, it turned into like the old Toby Keith's where you were just busting moves left and right.
Frank, and Chris. This is when adults would have said we got to get up at 8:30. He played till pretty much 11:30.
He played till 10:30.
Yeah, he played like take 45.
Okay, well, that tells you where I was at. We jump on the dance floor and we just start, and because it's good music, it's good dancing music. I would pay this DJ to enjoy one night.
We were also the only people on the dance floor at the end of the night.
Yeah.
Well, hold on. There was probably about 11 women there in their 40s.
And they all saw Pat Lynch.
Oh, they were
and that shimmy.
That juking and jiving.
I think they had eyes for somebody else. They were looking at Sexy Pepsi over there.
They were.
But to be honest, Joe, it was literally probably maybe about 12 people on the dance floor, and 6 of them were
five of us.
This clowns, yeah. And just an absolute blast. So we leave there. We go over to. We go on Joe's. We go next door to Bub City, who's got live music. We close that bar down, and we decide from there. And everybody from Nico Moon ended up at Bub City. So we have a huge group of people there. We're all having a good time. We decide to go to Adeli's Gillis or whatever that is.
Oh, Adobe Gillis.
That was a good choice.
Yeah, a terrible choice. We were there. We come in $20 cover. Pat's like, should we do this? I'm like, let's just go. We get up there, $20 cover, miserable.
Yeah. Well, there may be 10 minutes.
10 minutes, had a beer. Had the quickest beer ever. It was the dumbest thing I've ever been a part of. We walked down immediately because Chris went to another bar and
Park Tavern, I believe.
Yeah, Park Tavern. They wanted $10 a cover, $10 a person for me, Pat, and Chris, or me, Pat, and Pat,
Pepsi.
and gave them $20 in cash. Got in, had a great time. Got home like 3ish. Me and Pepsi had chicken nuggets. Chris went to go get pizza, and the pizza place was closed. And then woke up at 9, knowing that it was going to be the longest day of my life. And let me tell you what, Joe, it was worth it. Every last second of it.
It was a long
yeah.
It was a long day.
It was
though.
a long Sunday, but it was worth it.
Was not expecting it was worth it, and that's
I would do it all over again. Every last
I would drink more stuff when I got home to prevent the massive hangover I had when I woke up.
We did a pretty good job, me and Pepsi, but yeah, it was not.
I did not do a good job at all.
Yeah, it was tough. I'm not gonna lie to you, it was a little rough. But dude, Nico Moon, just that's enough said. If you have the opportunity to see him, you won't be disappointed. He played all the hits, played a couple new ones.
I felt like he played the hits a little early on, though.
A couple of the big hits, yeah. I know. I hate when they do that too. Like,
I get like play one
some
or
covers
two
at the end, so you just to fill the gap a little bit.
And nobody wants him to play covers at the end, Pat. They want him to play it at the beginning.
But I get why he does. I do get kind of.
I was surprised he had no
crowd
encore.
pumped.
I was also surprised he went straight out and that was it.
What's up?
Surprised there was like no encore. Usually you do like a.
Oh yeah.
Bump off and pop back on.
Yeah.
I thought he was for a second.
Me too. I think that's why we kind of.
I mean, the lights came on right away. They were bright. Like,
He said
ain't coming back.
He literally said on his microphone, he's like, "Hold on, I'll be right back. I'm gonna grab some shirts and throw them out to a crowd," and then he never came back.
Yeah.
Really?
Some of the guys did. They threw some stuff, but
we didn't get any of those. We were nowhere near that.
yeah, we didn't care.
We didn't really care either.
Not
though.
at all. I didn't.
I told Peter he could go up to the front and piss everybody off if he wants to. Get right in front and be like, ruin everybody's view.
Here's okay. So that actually brings up a decent point. Being a gentleman like we are, we're taller men, and
Sans me, yeah.
So when we got in there, it was already it was pretty tight. Like people weren't messing around. They wanted to get there early. We got there way before anybody things started, but it was pretty packed.
We probably got there like 7:30 and then
Yeah.
8ish.
We got there around like in between 7:30 and 8.
And I thought that would have given us a little bit more time to get maybe a wiggle room a little bit closer. But no. It was. So there was a spot in the back, and there were some shorter people there, and there was enough room where I could have just came up in front of them and because there was room there. And gentlemen like we are, we said, no, we're not going to do that. We'll either stand behind them or we'll move to another spot. Dude, 10 minutes later, 3 dudes that were tall as could be stand right in front of these guys. Yeah. And the dude tapped him on the shoulder. He's like, hey, come on, man. Like, what are you doing? Like, and the guy's like, oh, kind of didn't realize, but he was also kind of like pissed. But it's like, you got to be a little bit like we talked about with Prism. You got to notice your surroundings.
Kind of read the room.
Yeah. So we took it to the side and
asshole.
it would be nice
Not
if that
be
was
garbage.
easier.
It's like a garbage, Peter.
That could be a kind
Are
of
you garbage if you're a tall guy and you stand in front of a short guy and tell him eat my nuts?
If you paid for a ticket, like a row and a seat, that's a good question. At a concert like that, you should be more. You should be more.
And a general admission is different. Like if you're in the row in front of me, that's just bad luck, right? Katrina has the worst luck in the world.
Yeah.
She gets Peter McGraw in front of her all day, every day, at every concert when we're in a row. But if you're in a general admission one, that's kind of an asshole move.
But
Yes,
it's an asshole move if
you-
they walk
yes.
there. Yeah, like if you are in a spot and then they come up, like at the Mumford and Sons concert.
That was a good
like,
one. Yeah, that was so good.
Where those guys thought they were very like, oh, we're right behind these people, we'll be able to see stuff. And then me and Peter came back
And they
from
go,
the
"Oh,
beer
shit."
line. Yeah,
yeah, that sucks for them.
that sucks. But yeah,
Hands on, that was one of my favorite.
But in my
concerts,
defense,
too.
I got there well before they did to get those
Yeah.
spots.
yes.
Yeah. And we just got lucky. Joe, how were the Tiesto looked amazing. Tiesto, I listened to the XM, the DJ, the house music one. Dude, he's on every third song currently. He's got so many bangers right now.
Oh yeah, and he played all the bangers. It was the show you wanted at Prism.
Yeah.
Is what that one was. Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. So when we left Prism, when you guys left a little bit earlier than us and went to the hang up, he started hitting some of the bangers for the last half an hour. Dude, he was yeah. While we were praying for an Uber out of there,
he was going.
He was hitting them pretty hard.
But I mean, could you enjoy it?
Yes, if you actually, because now everybody's leaving.
Yeah, everybody had
so now you can get a little closer, and you could so we were having a little bit better time as people were leaving. But that for the most part, that was just miserable.
Yeah.
Who did you see the second night?
I didn't end up actually going out to a club at that point. It seemed like everybody was kind of wrecked from the night before, and so I
Sans joking. He was like, "Are we going, guys? Where are we going?"
I was like, I could go to Marshmallow. I could go to Steve Aoki.
Oh yeah.
But I'd be going alone.
Yeah, that's not as fun.
And I have a flight in the morning, so I was like, let's avoid feeling like
Coyote
shit.
ugly it is.
Yeah.
How
So,
late or how early was your flight?
About 11.
That's not bad.
But that I get that. Yeah, not wanting
But
to.
like, yeah, if I
So
were
you
to
gotta
be
get to
up
like
till
9 a.m.
4,
You
yeah.
gotta get like 9, 8:39. It's not terrible.
Okay.
We've done worse.
Oh yeah. And if it wasn't work related, like not work related, but if I wasn't going to be seeing all my coworkers like the following morning.
Yeah.
If Joe Kinley didn't have to worry if he's going to have a Spirit airline and have a flight to go home or not. Yeah.
Did you did you guys just gamble that night then, or did you gamble at all? How did that go?
I didn't really do any gambling. Sarah gambled like maybe $100 the entire time, and she'd be up a little, be down a little, be up a little, be down a little, and she just basically broke even.
What did she gamble?
She played on the machine, so she played some slots, which was very popular amongst a lot of the people at work. Played some blackjack and played some roulette.
I don't think I've ever won a penny on a slot machine.
Yeah,
I think I won
Slot
like
machines
17
are
cents.
hugely like where I work on Friday mornings. The ladies there play they talk about they go like every Thursday they go out to one of the horseshoes or one of the casinos in
something
Indiana,
insane.
and they'll just play. They'll take $50 and throw it in the slot machine and play that for a couple hours.
I mean, it used to make sense in Vegas when you got the free drinks with it. That's
Yeah.
when you sit around and get your drinks, get a couple drinks. Put
Yeah.
$10 in there. You do like one spin every 5 minutes, get your couple drinks, and you move on.
yeah. I don't get the appeal of.
But I don't think they do the free
Slot
drinks or
machines.
slot machines anymore. Do they anymore? I don't.
I think they still do. They were talking
so.
about getting rid of it.
Getting rid of what?
Free drinks for people who play the slot.
Yeah, I think they still actually. I think Vegas does still do. I mean, when we were in Aurora,
I think if you do the table
did.
games, they do for sure. I know,
It is
but
like
not like.
by and far the most thing or like gambling thing in a casino. It's just like. Slot machines.
Yeah,
They're
it's the
along
easiest thing.
walls,
It's easy
yeah.
to put in, right? I mean, they run by themselves. You don't got to have anybody doing it.
How was the actually doing stuff with the coworkers and like?
It was good. Some people, it was. I think there was probably like 60 or 70 people there, maybe 100 if you include.
Did
the
everyone
spouses.
go to the same club thing?
No. So the only people that went to the club were kind of like 30 something and younger, and then
Joe.
and then a lot of the people just went to some shows, walked the strip, and then did some gambling at night. Like that was a lot of what a lot of people did.
Yeah. How was the event stuff? Like the actual company stuff, was that kind of cool?
Yeah, it was just a cocktail hour the one night, and a bunch of people showed up there and got lit, and then went out to do other stuff. We went to go see a show, Cirque du Soleil.
Okay.
It was called
nice.
Mistre or Mysteria or something like that. Dude, that show, they don't speak English, and they speak like an amalgam of languages.
Okay.
So they'll like kind of use different. I don't know. I had to read into it after the show. It was trippy as balls. Like at the end of it, there's a man dressed as a giant baby. There's a lady dressed like in a skin tight suit who looks like she's pregnant, but she's not. But then there's people doing flips and
Did
stuff.
she give birth to the big baby?
No, nobody gave birth, but there was definitely implied moments of like childbirth and weird shit, and
Okay.
it was trippy.
Wasn't for Joe.
The feats of athleticism that the individuals performed were truly incredible. The in between stuff with like giant babies walking around and stuff, I didn't know what the fuck was going on.
I know they had like a Michael Jackson one,
Yeah.
like a Cirque du Soleil was really
Well, they
popular
did
for a
it.
long
They
time.
did a Beatles one too. But something like that. But Joe, what that's really about is people that do like weird, like to do drugs and then go there and like it's supposed to.
You do some hallucinogens and cocaine
Yeah,
to get in
it's-
there.
That makes I went to
Yeah.
the bathroom right after, and a guy I could hear a guy going, "That's a show you wanted to." Yes, he basically said that you want to take some acid right before that show
or
and go to
shrooms
that.
and yeah.
Just go where it takes you.
It's kind of funny that so thinking about that. Wow, I forced Chris to listen to this week on Shane Gillis's podcast. He had Mark Norman and Ari Shafir on there. And I don't know if you've listened to any of these podcasts this week, but Joe DeRosa had a real weird story that you should check out, Joe.
Oh, okay.
From Skankfest. That Skankfest was in Vegas. Last week, I think, actually, maybe.
Is that a combo?
Oh, that convenient. Joe was at Skankfest. Nice.
Was that was there last weekend?
Yeah, when you were there, you were the biggest skank there.
What is Skankfest?
It's a bunch of comedians from New York. They like the Legion of Skanks. Really, I think it was last weekend, Joe.
I have no idea what that is.
I didn't see anything about it anyway.
It was on Fremont Street.
Oh, that was downtown
Vegas.
Oh shit, you were, I think, or I don't know. Now I'm confused.
I did see a picture of Brendan Schaub and the lady who he walked to the truck from like a while back, taking a photo together and posted on Instagram. Like not physically in Vegas, but I'm saying happened to see a photo of them posted doing Skankfest, and I'm like, don't you? I don't understand this. You were just for the last like 3 years, you've talked so much mad shit about Brendan Schaub,
Yeah.
and how he's like a piece of shit scumbag, and now you're just taking a photo.
He was at
What?
Skankfest with yeah. But there's a crazy story about Joe DeRosa that you should listen to. But so Mark Norman, Ari Shaffir, and Shane Gillis were on the same podcast, and Mark Norman was just recently did a tour in Europe, and he was in Germany. He went to a sex club, and he described this situation of the sex club, and holy shit. And Ari Shaffir, that was all about it. Mark Norman, of course, was all about it. And then Shane Gillis is like, there's no effing way I could ever go to one of these things. And I immediately thought, could anybody in our group do this?
We had that conversation in Vegas when we were there last time.
Oh, what do you mean?
Right before Zach threw up in the one bar,
they
told
the Green
the
Door
Green
Tavern.
Door.
or
and
something.
of the people sitting there, one person said that they would be willing to go.
Was that Zach?
No, it was the
Frank?
person sitting next to me.
Yeah, Joe.
Yeah, I said I'd do it.
Oh, you'd go to, oh no.
It was called the Green Door, Green Mile, or something like that.
Green Door, I think it was called.
So in Germany, you'd be, I don't know.
Listen, I don't have to partake, but I'm
It's
definitely
true.
going to go to see
To experience
what
it?
the fuck's going on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if I go to Amsterdam, I'm not going to go to
Just
the
make sure you know the
Red light district.
Just make sure you know how to say the safe word, Joe. Not like Euro Trip.
9999.
There's like there's like a Latin room. There's like a club room. There's like a pain room where like people who like to like get beat up and put like candle and stuff.
Sounds like the Pat.
This
room.
is just it's crazy to me.
They call it the Trevor Bauer room. Is that what they call it?
No, actually he's on those. Did you hear about what happened with that?
Yeah.
It was all bullshit.
Well, it was not all bullshit. But
It's
it was,
absolutely all bullshit. She literally he just did a 4-minute clip on it, and they would not. Her lawyers would not
well,
give
they settled the thing, didn't they? A couple
to zero because the reason but what he got out of it was the right to tell the story. And because he was suing her now. Her thing was thrown out completely. Once they gave all the text messages, the videos, everything to his side, the judge was like, this is absolute bullshit. And he sued her for legal fees because he spent an ass ton more than her.
Well, more than that, his career is ruined because of it.
Well, but there's nothing he can do for that right now at this point. But he will be back in MLB. But he sued to get his legal fees back.
Do you think he'll get back in the MLB?
If he's not, it's a travesty because it's absolute bullshit.
And he didn't have a really good year in Japan, did he?
I don't know, to be honest with you. I haven't.
If
seen
it's based on his performance, then he was a $50 million pitcher. Then he got a huge contract.
Yeah.
Well, he got the single year contract because somebody wanted him for 1 year.
Dodgers was the Dodgers.
Yeah. But I'm saying if he plays right, then you're right. He should be back in the MLB. If he's not a good player, it is what it is. But this
It'll be
woman,
interesting to see which team wants to try to take that PR.
but
Question mark.
there's no
But
PR.
there still will be. Like, there's always going to be a stigma around him now.
The problem is, this is why I want to bring this up. It's bullshit that we're not reversing course and saying, F this lady. We're sorry, Trevor Bauer. Everybody wrote a hit piece on this
That's how
dude.
it goes, right? I mean, that's
But that's what I'm saying. This is bullshit. This is something we should talk about. We should be screaming from the hilltops. This woman literally in text messages said, I'm taking him to the bank.
Yeah.
She had a video of her sleeping next to him when supposedly she was beaten up, sleeping next to him, winking at the camera while he's sleeping with a night mask on. So he's definitely can't consent to this.
Yeah.
Everything is bullshit, she said. And she ruined his career because she wanted $1 million. She wanted him to pay $1 million, and he said, F you. There's no way. Because she was going from guy to doing this.
Yeah, she dated some other players before that, I believe.
Nice.
She was texting friends, like, should I try to steal cash? And they're like, no, take him to the bank. Take him for everything.
Yeah, I mean, how many times have you seen that? Like, there was so many things with like the Me Too movement. Some people were actually, was real, and some wasn't real, and like people that found it wasn't real, you never heard the reverses on it.
I get that we had to get to the spot where too many women were not being believed, so you had to get to the spot. But I think we need to come back to the medium. And the Trevor Bauer's
that's a real hard thing to do.
It'll take a while.
I think you need to have like actual proof before you condone.
Here's the other
before
thing.
you condemn someone. If they have proof, then you can condemn them.
Yeah. Yes, but you're right.
Yeah.
It's just never going to work. I
Yeah,
get it.
but
And it
nobody's ever
pisses
gonna
me
do
off.
that.
It really does piss me off because you know what? One thing that could help this is people who wrote hit pieces on him should have not have to, but should out of being a good person should come out and say, hey, we were wrong. This woman tried to F his life up. We made the mistake of jumping on her train without having all the facts. And I know that'll never happen. This is all but it really did. It makes me so mad that this dude's his career was ripped from him because a lady just was trying to take all his, or trying to make a
Extort him.
Yeah. It's ridiculous.
How is she not going to jail for
That's the other thing I'm going to bring up. I think
because the criminal court was out of it. This is all private lawsuits at this point. The criminal case.
But I mean, they could still
because the criminal case determined there wasn't evidence, so that he never got charged with a criminal case.
No, but she's extorting him to get money out of him. Like
it should be something with rent. But here's the problem. I get why. That's a slippery slope because a woman might be. Then you're going to put the fear in a lady coming out and doing this that's why you can't do that. I get that. It sucks, but because she should have some ramifications.
After all this stuff has come out, you can't do it. I mean,
I don't think so.
I don't feel like that's a slippery slope. I feel like that's like she knew what she was doing. She was trying to extort people. You said she did it to she dated multiple baseball players and everything.
So athletes.
I mean, athletes. I'm sorry. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, the text messages are you can argue like, oh, they're just being interpreted wrong, right? Like take him to the bank. It could just mean like, I'm gonna go out with him and just let him buy my dinners and stuff.
Yeah.
But you can
It is a little bit subjective.
There's subjectivity in how you interpret it.
But some of her stuff was really.
But I mean, like I don't know. I didn't read.
She said, "I'm going to let him choke me out." Like that.
I know that.
She threw the game plan out of how she was going to do it.
Oh no, I'm more referring to like, should I steal money or should I? And then like everybody's like, no, take him to the bank and everything. If that's like that type of text message, what she's trying to do, and that in that situation, to me, it's extortion.
But it takes one person on the jury to be like, no, right? Not a chance.
Yeah, no, I get. But I mean, we are. But again, what ramifications can you have so things like this doesn't happen? Because you want, and I'm not saying we're ever going to be able to solve this. We're not smart enough to do it.
Just throw a camera up and film it the whole thing.
Consent everywhere.
You get the Derek Jeter thing where you sign the release and you get the gift basket at the end of the night.
It's just it's a tough conversation because you get both sides, and when one side tries to take advantage of the other side, bad things happen. And
there's a lot of situations where it's very real what's happening to women.
Yes.
And like
the only thing I want out of the whole thing is all these hit pieces who are just men suck. This guy, look at what he's doing. Blah blah blah. Just retract your statement.
That's definitely like a bigger issue with just news
in general.
Right now.
Yeah, very true.
It's all this. Everything's a hit piece. Not just like athletes who are getting accused of stuff, but like. Everything, like everything. It's just like get it out there. We won't back the facts. We'll check it after we publish. That's what it's become.
It's a rush to get it. I mean, the rush to be the first one to report.
The news used to be like you confirm your sources, but now it's just like you got to be the first person to get it out there. Or
it doesn't feel like there's honor amongst journalism anymore.
100%. They talk about this all the time. There's so many journal or things like this that talk about this.
I mean, you can make the same argument for politics. There's no honor in politics. There's no honor in a lot of stuff anymore.
So me and Joe have become very good friends on Instagram lately.
There's no honor in this podcast.
Not at all. I hate you all. Besides you, Joseph. Yeah. Me and Joe are becoming fastly good friends on Instagram. And he sent me a meme, Chris, that George Bush currently just turned, I think, 77.
Nice.
He is younger than
no, Bill Clinton.
I'm sorry. Yeah, well, Bill Clinton.
Bill Clinton just turned 77.
He's younger than our current president,
and he's younger than both Donald Trump and Joe Biden, who are
let that sink in.
And he's like, "I'm back, baby. I'm back. Get me back in there."
That was such a mind blowing.
Oh, just boom!
It's kind of like the Steve Martin thing, where he was born or not born. He was just an older looking guy, had gray hair, always kind of looked older.
Yeah,
I got an idea, guys. So Bill Clinton ran 8 years only, right? You can be president for 10 years. Get him on the ticket with Biden. So Biden dies in 2 years. We got Bill for 2 more years. And
wait, how can it be 10 years?
Because you could take over somebody else's term and run for 2 full terms.
He doesn't. No, he can't do it anymore. But like, if you were vice president and you served your first, like, say the president died, you could get 2 years.
I didn't know
and
that.
then you still run for 4.
So you're learning things.
Come on, boys. This is something the Constitution says.
What you could have 10 years?
Yeah, but it's like a technicality type thing. If the current president dies and you within 2 years of like him ending his
if
thing.
if he's in a 4-year term and you get only 2 years or less, you can.
The
run
vice
for 2 more
president
terms.
can run for 2 more terms. So
That's what it's designed for. But technically, I guess you could run for 2 years and then like have to give it up to whoever the new vice president is.
Yes.
We'll stop with the politics after this one. I thought this was kind of, I don't know, I was kind of interested in your thoughts on it, but we did talk about last week, the clip of the week that'll be up right here, was us making a joke about the government not being shut down and the economy or the stock market hurting my chances of a short, but they actually kicked out the Speaker of the House this week, McCarthy. I forget his name.
Oh yeah,
They voted him out, right?
McCarthy,
They
yeah.
voted him out, right?
Yeah, they voted him out.
They gave him the boot.
Gates voted him out.
They had a hard time getting him elected.
Or
It took,
initiated the
didn't
thing.
take like 9 votes to get him like in. It was like a joke how many
It
took
took
to get him
a
in.
very long time, but again, the reason they booted him out is he worked both sides and got a deal done to a stopgate so that the government didn't shut down. He did what he was supposed to do for the country.
Yeah, what he ended
but
up
not
doing,
for his party, right?
There was like 9 Republicans who are a little more the extremes, like the Lauren Boebert, Lindsey, whatever their names are, those types of people. There's only like 9 of them holding out because they wanted some more extreme stuff. He said no or wouldn't do it, and then they were trying to get these people to approve it. And then they voted. Then he's like, you know what? Fuck it. Fuck you guys. Push it through. It got voted on. Everybody was happy except these people, and they're like, get out of here.
Yep, exactly. And that's American politics in a nutshell.
I love it.
It's terrible.
Got to bring back Jimmy Carter.
So think about when they
He's still alive. They put him in hospice like months ago.
And
Guy's a champion.
and then he got
That
porked.
cockroach won't die.
Yeah, he's not going to die. He's going to outlive them all.
It's insane. Let's start here. What do we got? This one talking about the economy. So the economy's had some ups and downs and fluctuations and such. And I was listening to a podcast about Beyonce and Taylor Swift. Their concerts caused the feds had to recognize that Beyonce and Taylor Swift concerts cause inflation.
Wasn't like Taylor Swift's like GDP, like her thing, like she grossed on her term more than like some GDPs of countries.
Oh,
Yeah.
insane.
And that's just the U.S. league. There's
Yeah.
there are international legs coming next year.
Yeah. But I'm saying her stuff alone because of the ticket prices, of course, but
The resale value too. People
resale value, of course, the hotels to be at these concerts skyrocket, beer skyrockets,
Restaurants.
tickets,
I mean,
restaurants, everything, and people do
That
it.
merchandise.
Yes, yeah. And so then they raise these prices. I don't know about you, Joe. I don't know how Vegas was. I'd love to hear what beer prices in Vegas. Chicago last night, me and Lauren went to Butcher's Tap. We had 2 beers, and this is old man crying again, but 2 beers.
Old
She had,
man
I'm sorry,
Peter.
I had a beer. She had a wine. Guess how much that cost us walking out the door?
$22.
$15.95.
$22 with tip.
You already heard that story, huh, Chris?
No, that was total gas.
$8 for the beer.
What kind of beer was it?
It was It was called Pumpkin Ale.
So it was not a cup of Coors Light then.
No, yeah, that's fair. But $8 is still kind of tough.
I mean, as a draft or is it like a?
Yeah, draft.
I mean, that's a little high, but it's not like ungodly high.
$10 for a glass of wine.
That's probably pricey.
Yeah,
that's
right.
probably some shit wine too. So
Yeah.
that's probably pricey.
It was $11.50 for a bottle of Coors Light.
Oh,
Was it like a
In
single
Vegas?
like a 12
Yeah.
ouncer?
Oh,
No, just a regular bottle
Yeah,
like
12
that.
ouncer.
Yeah.
Oh, hitting the slot machines, boys. We're hitting those penny slots.
Yeah.
that is so rough.
But I did go to a bar and where we were at. So I joined the Tiesto group a little bit later. I didn't go right away with them, doing other stuff. Came in. They were already like hot. And
Hot the trend.
Pull the Frank Pearl on
Yeah.
you.
well, one of them had what looked like almost like those icy cups from 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
And I was like, "What is that?" He goes, it had a lid on it and everything." He goes, "It's Tito's and Sprite." Or no, he had like Jack and Coke or something.
Oh,
He's
okay.
like, "It's $60, but it's in a huge thing like this." I was like, "I'm gonna get one of
let
those."
me get 2 of those, please.
Yeah, I was like, "I'm gonna get one of those and just milk it all night." I drank one and then I ended up getting a second one. But regardless,
I was like, milk it 30 minutes later.
yeah, I was thirsty. Gosh, I didn't need more. But regardless, probably spent less on those 2 enormous drinks. But nobody would buy those. Like there was
That's like the double gulp of Tito's we got at the
it
club
was
last
basically
time.
It was like
The
that's
big
what I
gulps.
bought, and it had a lid on it. I was like, "This is perfect." It
That's
was
awesome.
Yeah, it was a
perfect.
nice little sippy cup for Joe.
Yup.
Joe's dancing. He's just moving it
So
around.
last weekend we went out to Top Golf and that was $150.
Just for the golf. Just for the golf.
That was a sticker shock to a show. Mm-hmm. And then at Rosemont, it was $9 or $10 a beer.
Yeah.
That was pretty
good.
Yeah,
but it is a concert, so like I always pay more at concerts, right? So I think that's part of it. Not that I agree with it. But
I still think it was pretty expensive at Bob City too.
Bob City?
Yeah, I don't remember the prices at anywhere after to be at the
dude.
end.
It's outrageous.
It's just the credit card and let's just go on a life.
Everything is so insanely expensive. But I thought that was very interesting that two ladies, or not meaning two ladies, but two artists could cause inflation to rise.
I mean, I wonder if
effect on the economy.
I mean, I know that the Taylor Swift's very popular, but I wonder how much like. She's 30 something, 33, right? 34, whatever. She's not that old.
Yeah.
And like, so she's gonna tour again. Like I know there was such a demand. Maybe because of that pandemic, like to see her music, but like I just didn't get the whole like. I know it's cool to see her and stuff, but like the lengths we were going to see a show. Like
I think though this tour, and I could totally be wrong. I could totally be wrong and talking out of my ass, but I'm pretty sure this tour is special in that, or at least I think. She's playing everything from her catalog.
I'm sure it's a very
which is like
her music.
I think usually she just does her album and maybe a couple oldies where this is almost like all the hits across her entire career so far. Maybe I think that's why.
Well, it's coming to movie. To subside that Peter Leo thing, I saw an article this week that it's coming to movie theaters evidently. Like a movie.
Yes, Lauren's already asked me.
There's already.
I've heard about
there was $100 million in pre-sale tickets already
for Taylor Swift's concert video. Yeah, people are getting upset right now because they're like, people are gonna go to this and treat it like a concert, and I'm gonna try and watch Oppenheimer, and people are gonna be yelling Taylor Swift songs. This is not gonna be cool.
Well, I'm sure the movie theaters just gonna be like, we're just gonna sell all the Taylor Swift.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, cool.
Oh yeah,
cool.
If I went to a movie theater, I'd be like, we're gonna put Taylor. How many screens we got?
Yeah,
14. We're gonna put Taylor Swift on 13 of them.
Yeah,
maybe 14.
They're gonna run every 3 hours on the 3 hours
on the dot.
Think about like how people showed up at Barbie dressing in pink.
Oh, it's gonna be
But now they're gonna do that for
whenever
that
that comes out. I'm not gonna be anywhere near a movie theater.
Whatever that version is for Taylor Swift and her concerts. That'll be pretty.
You know what though? I hope. Okay,
they're gonna have merch tables there too.
This is gonna be an old man thing here, but I hope they don't revert. I don't hope people don't take going to get that ideas, going to the movies, and then start doing that with actual movies. Because when I saw Barbie, people were acting. Like when we went to as kids, you didn't say shit. You'd laugh, you had a good time, but you weren't jumping up and down and like, oh no, she didn't. Shit like that. Like get the out of here.
You gotta imagine
you don't like commentary with your movie.
Correct, Chris.
I mean, you gotta imagine.
That's a great way to say it, buddy.
I would imagine if you're watching this concert in this theaters, that it's gonna be real annoying. If people are not gonna be like sitting there watching.
Well, no, yeah. If you're going to the movie theater to watch this concert, you better be ready to. You're getting up, you're dancing, you're singing.
Yeah.
Everybody's having a good time.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Because if there's not, you're gonna have sit there just watching, you have a real bad time.
You're just going there to watch Taylor Swift with your popcorn. You're gonna have a bad time.
I feel like Joe's in the middle aisle just dancing up and down to shake it off.
I thought you were gonna say sitting in the middle seat. I just stuck there.
I will say this though.
Joe's just sleeping in the seat, just out cold.
I can't wait till she breaks up with
Travis Kelce?
Yeah.
Travis Kelce needs to get his ass focused on catching passes.
They're getting married,
not
man.
Taylor Swift. All right,
They're
kill my fantasy team.
They're getting married.
He's not had worse numbers since his rookie year.
He needs to get his shit together.
He's not focused, Pat. He's not focused.
Distracting my game. My fantasy team begs a different asshole.
Yeah, silliness. Okay.
I don't care who he's dating. Get his ass in the game.
Talking about Taylor Swift, did you guys hear about? Did you guys read that article about the Fashion Week in France right now?
Absolutely not.
No.
Holy hell! You guys should take a look at that article and take a look at.
You should be more like Pat and send the article out to people so we can read it.
What is the
is Chris McGraw, Chris at DLM, whatever?
Yeah, just give
Does it say France bedbug?
No, he's actually.
Is it say the Guardian?
Oh, that French. Yes.
I pray nothing followed me back. U.S. influencers fear bedbug invasion from Paris Fashion Week.
Can you imagine if you got like
Where
a
was
bed
that
bugs
at?
on it?
That was at your email, bud. Check your email right now.
Can you imagine bed bugs getting your airplane and like that's just gonna get everywhere, like everywhere,
dude,
oh
in your
God.
bedroom, dude. I'm saying, dude, my biggest fear when I was auditing my first out of my freshman year was bedbug. Like we had actually courses on like how not to get bed bugs from the hotels. They did an hour thing about not bringing like when you get in there, put your suitcase, take like a chair or table or something, take it away from everything, pull your beds off the wall. When you get home, do not bring your suitcase in, leave it outside for 3 days.
Burn
it. It was insane. Think about but these women, and then so they show some of these pictures. France in Paris.
Am I missing something here?
Let's see.
That's my DLM email.
Okay, let's see if you're on here.
Well,
Yeah, go ahead, Joe. But the pictures from there are disgusting.
I'd actually heard about this before
it's
the
actually
article got
Stephen
sent
Anderson.
out. And
Gotcha.
and I think the stats were something like 1 in 5 rooms have bed bugs. And then
in France or sorry, which Joe?
in
Paris.
France,
In Paris, yeah.
in Paris, and then
Wow, they just not clean them.
further information. Well, in America, apparently it's like 1 in 10.
Yeah, we have a really bad too here.
But somebody made a point to specify that although in Paris it is 1 in 5, there's a very good chance it's significantly higher than that, based on like this new study that was redone. So it used to be 1 in 5. It's probably even more than that.
I mean, if we didn't get any of that one hotel room we stayed at last time we were in Vegas, the MGM thing, if we didn't get them there, I don't think we're ever gonna get them. That room was dirty as shit.
There was like blood on the floor.
Yeah, there was
wasn't
definitely
there?
blood on.
Max
Eczema on the
definitely
sheets.
slept where someone died.
Oh, it's
nice.
1,000%. But no, yeah, you pull the bed off the sheets and then you don't slay on it and you go out for the day and you come back and you check and you'll be able to see it right away. If they'll be moving and they'll be all over the place. And then you
Wow.
But yeah, so as Joe was saying, but they show some of the pictures, dude. It is holy shit. It is so bad. I've seen some like those like that exterminator stuff on like the Animal Channel, and they show somebody with really bad. It's dude, you get eaten alive.
Way to get them done at Almond Park.
We've had them done twice,
Yeah.
and the only way to why it's so hard to kill it in the hotels is you have to heat the room up to like 108 degrees.
Yeah, you got to jack it up.
Oh, that's what they put like to properly do it. They put the whole tent over your house,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
When you
They didn't do that
usually
at
get
ours.
it done.
No.
What they do is they seal the room. They seal
seal
the
the room.
windows. They plastic the windows. They plastic, and then they throw it up to like 130 degrees.
Interesting.
Yeah, the extreme heat kills them off.
Yeah,
Huh.
and but then you have to do like a couple
Full
treatments on it.
treatments,
Yeah.
Somebody's like, "Oh man, I got bed bugs. Go get the gasoline," and just lights it.
Set this house on
There
fire.
are there's you can find a video of anything, but there are people who are stupid enough who are trying to like burn these things and then end up setting a curtain on fire and then end up setting the whole house on fire.
Nice.
I had a $2,000 bed bug problem that I could have hired, but
yeah.
now I gotta find a new house.
Now I need a new house. Yeah.
It's like arson to me in here, boys.
But can you imagine these?
Now I don't have a bed bug problem, but I have a no house problem.
Well, I got rid of the bed bugs and I'm sleeping in a motel now.
And now I have a tent for a house.
No, but can you imagine these beautiful, beautiful women walking down the strip and they're all got bed bugs.
That's great.
And they're all going back to LA and all these huge mansions. Can you imagine if your mansion, this huge $30 million home that's expansive,
Good thing we're not going to LA.
has bed bugs? That's got to be
terrific.
insane.
Well, I guess you have the money to pay for the treatment, right?
Such a
But that's
hassle.
awesome.
Insane.
Absolutely awful.
Absolutely insane. And so when I was auditing, we had one girl. This is crazy. We had one. I only had one person actually get bed bugs from the hotel, but she actually got bit the night of, and so she got bit in the face by the bed bugs
Oh.
and on her arm, and she woke up and went to the manager and was like, "What the?" It was like, "This is insane! Like you have bed bugs," and they're like, "How do we know you didn't bring them?" And we're like, "She's like, are you kidding me? Like, I brought them and I'm getting bit in the face by my own bed bugs. What are you talking about?" The problem was, here's the issue: is all they could do for her was give her credit, or give her credit,
To the hotel she never wants to stay at again.
Yeah.
or put it on the credit card back. But the company paid for the credit card or paid for the hotel, so she
the company was
she got
money back.
nothing. So she's like, she could either go to a Holiday Inn, which she would never do on her own, but she does it for work, or the company gets its money back.
Woof.
She was so pissed.
Like, can blame her.
Yeah.
Can't blame her.
Oh.
I remember I was 24, she was 27, I think at the time. And I got to go
Peter,
on a couple soul holidays with her. And I always thought, I'm like, man, if I just had any game, this would be.
I remember this. I
You should
told
offer
Peter.
offer to share your room, Peter. It's
No,
bed bug free.
I wasn't there for that one, but she came back and she had welts on her face. And I was like, oh, God.
I told Pierre the one time he was on audit with her that he needed help with the shower. He couldn't be in. He didn't know how to swim, so he couldn't take a shower by himself.
And that's why I got fired. It didn't work, guys. It didn't work. Don't do
It
that.
was worth a shot.
Yeah.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Here's a good one. Here's a good question for Joe. I should have brought this one up as we were talking about Vegas. But what would you do, Joseph? You've had a great weekend in Vegas. You and Sarah, you had a good time. You got Friday, you got wasted. Saturday, you took it a little easy, so you're gonna have a good night. You're gonna have a nice, easy flight. home on Sunday. The flight's about to take off. You gotta take a pee. Run over, you take a pee. You hear somebody just wrenching, just giving it all it's got to the toilet. And you're like, oh man, I hope that guy's okay. Sounds, he must have had a really fun night. It must have been pretty difficult. As you're washing your hands, you see the pilot come out of the toilet, out of the stall, looking pale as all shit, kind of shivering, washes his hands, and goes right up to your boarding desk and hops on the flight that you're about to take to go home, knowing this dude is absolutely hungover or most likely still wasted out of his mind.
I demand a COVID test.
I mean, you do have two pilots for reasons. I mean, certain reasons, right?
Oh God!
Have you not seen the movie Flight with Denzel Washington, where the guy does a bunch of coke to get himself set up right again?
That would be absolutely terrifying.
I think I would not get on the plane probably.
If you guys on the percentage of people who write, Ben, Chris, you're taking off this because they didn't go to your DLM Holdings email, but for you guys, I don't know if you guys read, but pilots, they're finding out that pilots are. And I think probably most people know this, but there's been some articles lately of pilots. The day off that they have, they go out and party with strippers, do a lot of blow, get wasted. Are hungover flying a good majority of the time.
When I read this article before, these were like European pilots. Not saying it doesn't happen in the U.S. But I'm saying they were. That
article I sent was European.
European
what do they do? They just get them taken off and then they put it on autopilot.
It's got to be it.
Well, I mean,
they go to sleep.
But I mean, you still have to be doing things. You still have to be doing things like their co-captain is like the point of two pilots is that one person's always awake. If one person can sleep, and then like on long flights they have three pilots for that reason, so that people can sleep and they can rotate and things like that. Or someone has a fucking heart attack and dies up there.
Yeah,
like redundancies and backups and stuff.
Absolutely.
But I mean, the plane does autopilot, but it's not like it does everything. Like they still have to manipulate it as it's going through.
Yep. Joseph, what are you doing? Are you getting on the flight? Are you calling United? Are you talking to the lady up front? Are you making a scene of it? Or are you just...
You're pulling Tom Segura in the airport?
Oh, God. Are you just praying?
Yeah, I'm just praying.
Shutting your mouth, getting on the flight and being like, Lord, I've had some hungover days. I can do this. We can do this.
I die.
I die.
If it's a very rough flight and like something happens, then... Yeah, I don't know.
I think I want to find out what the other pilot looks like.
It would be so hard to... Yeah, because... Just the idea.
Who's got Ambien? Who's got Ambien?
I want to be like, where's that? I'm gonna be like, hey, where's the co-pilot in this bitch? Where's that guy? He's sleeping over there. Definitely not good on this plane.
Yeah, I don't.
Chris, what are you doing?
I want that guy to be looking like Peter McGraw, running at 6 a.m. Like, let's go, baby, let's go.
I'm getting a front row seat, and I'm gonna be like, if I feel that plane, just like I'm gonna be banging on that door, I'm like, wake your ass up in there. We got a flight to land
here. The plane was diverted to Dallas Airport that time. The man went crazy banging on the door.
The co-pilot's the one shitting in the aisle.
Yeah, I was just oh god.
The biohazard here, guys. We gotta.
Pat, what are you doing? Now that you know that this is a potential, does it ease or does it scare you even more about flying?
Does it make me easy?
No, I said, does it scare you even more about flying?
Nah.
I mean, you kind of strap in there and you're kind of out.
That's exactly it.
Go with it. But I mean, if I felt that this guy couldn't fly a plane, or if I saw the pass out, I'm not getting on that plane.
That's fair. That's fair. I thought that was super interesting. I'm like, geez. Not something you want to hear about from your pilots.
I mean, I do taxes a little hungover sometimes. I don't want to be operating heavy machinery.
Yeah, you should not be operating heavy machinery. Like you think that they maybe test these.
I mean, have you guys ever seen the movie Flight? But Denzel
Yeah.
I have not seen that.
So where he got drunk and he did this miraculous thing where he movie it's fictional, but he landed this plane inverted he was drunk and he saved a bunch of people's lives. People died in it, but there was a big they found out he was had alcohol in the system, and they were going after him, and he was a massive alcoholic that had been flying. He would get hammered, fly, and then he would do coke to get going back up. It's a crazy movie.
Oh, terrific! Don't know if I need to see that.
That's one that you don't want to watch before you go on a plane ride.
Watch Flight on.
I saw that movie on. We were going somewhere, and it was a movie.
Saw it on a flight.
It was a movie you could watch on a plane. I'm like, who the fuck is watching this movie on a plane?
No chance. I forgot what movie we were watching flying into Philly, and we were on our descent down, and then he pulled off, and then just had to he couldn't land, and he had to pull off and get back up, and we had to do a 20-minute tour. And me and Lauren are watching some World War. I think we were watching. Crap! It's the
Dunkirk.
Could have
the Christopher Nolan movie.
No, it's the one with what the hell is his name? Brad Pitt. He's got the shaved head with Shia LaBeouf.
The Tank
Jarhead?
movie.
Yeah, the Tank movie. Yeah, and in that part, there's a lot of like violence and we're watching that, and that's causing us like super anxiety as we're like strapping in as a dude pilot is just revving it back up to get it back off the ground. Dude, that was the scariest thing.
Fury.
Yeah.
Did he have a little bit too much the night before?
Dude, the scariest. I
Probably did.
I honestly think either he hit the runway too hard because you're by a lot of water there, or there was something on the runway and he just had to fly it back off.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, you hear about that. Like some of those runways, I guess, have like taxi lanes that go across.
Yep.
And if something like that was apparently that it came out that is very common recently.
The president
and some runways are not all runways are built the same, like lengthwise. Like certain ones are very short. So if you hit that a little bit too far up, you might not make enough room.
You're gonna be in Terminal 3.
Like Chicago's one of the longer ones, but like I think San Francisco is one where when you're flying in, like you got to hit it right because it ain't very long.
Buttigieg, they actually he had them doing an inquiry into why there's so much issues with the traffic control stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
to figure that out. Yeah, there's
completely understaffed too.
That's it. But yes, that's a huge thing. Yeah. But the other thing is they have an age limit. You can only apply to be a part of that job at like up until like you're 30. Like to be a traffic control person. Yeah, it's something like that. I knew.
Interesting.
Jody's brother tried to do it, and they'd put a hiring freeze. And that was like early 2013, and he was in the process, and then they did the hiring freeze. And when they opened it up back, his age limit had expressed. Maybe it was 32, 33, but it
damn.
It's just an interesting thing. That seems like a very young age.
Hey, Pat, pass those lemon shandies over here. Let's do a little thing over here, boys. What are we doing with our lives? Come on.
What are you doing?
Drinking Coors.
Pat, you wanna talk about the? This is another one. I just gets the blood going with these all the
rental out in California.
Dude, I've heard of 3 people moving to California. What is wrong with you? Why would you ever live in this state? It's so backwards.
So if evidently, and from this is when I read the article, there's California evidently is a very tenant friendly state.
Oh, very.
They evidently this guy owns a mansion. He has like a guest house, and he thought, hey, I'll rent my Airbnb my guest house out as an Airbnb. And evidently in California they have a new law that you can't evict somebody without legal reason. So this person rented his Airbnb like 2 years ago or something like that. I think it was. I forget how long ago. Like 2 years ago, I think it was. And they have not moved out yet, and they have stopped paying. And that person wants. There's a Harvard-educated lady wants the homeowner to pay him $100,000 for her to move out of his guest house. The can't evict her because he's not registered his unit or this guest house as a rental unit, and he built a shower without a permit in California. So the government is like, you're on your own, not helping him at all. No eviction help.
Yeah. Well, also,
I don't understand why he can't just kick her out. Doesn't he own it?
I mean, when she leaves, if she living there and she's never leaving that place, as soon as she walks out, I am changing those locks.
She's got mold, and he's like, I'll put you in a hotel. I'll fix it. And she's like, no chance.
Yeah, she won't.
He's like, you can live in the house. You can live in my house with us, and I'll fix it. No chance. And she filed a complaint that he tried to get her to move in with him.
Yeah,
file a formal complaint.
I don't understand like this whole entire situation.
My guy's like, can you tear it down one day? Be like, I want to tear down my guest house and just like start ripping into the construction.
I don't know what you do.
Because I mean, once it's gone, like maybe they can sue you and stuff, but it's gone, right?
I think he's working, and it sounds like he thinks it's potentially could at some point get fixed. But she also wants him to pay her back for the rent that she did.
Yeah,
pay.
and she did this to somebody else before this. Like not this extreme, but she did something. She like squatted in some other place too.
It still blows my mind that he needs legal cause to get rid of her.
Someone in their own house.
Yeah, she's on my property. I don't want her here.
Squatters, man. Squatters' rights. That is insane. Like that's what you got to really watch. If people squatting, like we could have had that issue too.
Yeah,
very could have easily.
Dude, it's
blows
insane.
My mind.
She wants him to pay back the rent she's already paid,
and $100,000 to leave.
That's insane.
What do you do?
What do you do?
You just keep holding up.
You blow it up with her inside of it.
I mean, I think you start taking some streaming. Like you start playing some loud music at odd hours of the night. You start, bright ass lights going in there all day.
The sad thing is he has kids, but I mean, like,
that's the thing. That's where he's scared at. She's got his daughter. It's like very close to where her daughter is.
I mean, honestly, if she leaves that bling, I would change those locks immediately. Immediately.
Yeah, as soon as she that lady's got to be gung ho, like living.
I mean, she better never leave the place. Like she literally better never leave.
I would change the gate. Like I don't know how she's getting food or anything.
That's what I was thinking.
But
too.
I mean, like if she's got DoorDash coming there or stuff and dropping stuff off, I wouldn't let her. I change the code to the gate if there's a gate going into this place. Yeah. Wouldn't let her get food delivered there. All this stuff, like I would just like completely change everything.
Because also she would have to go to court. And at that point, you can also change the locks and get her out.
Yeah,
and leave her shit on the front yard in a nice little pot or something.
It's so crazy, dude. It is. It's like, I mean, you think about. Oh god,
it's insane. It's an insane thing.
It makes your skin crawl because like it could easily happen to anybody.
Yeah, I mean,
all these people want to be. All these people want to be landlords.
I mean,
don't want this.
I mean, the fact that you can't evict anybody in California without legal cause.
How would you not pay me rent?
How would that
not
be
a legal cause?
How would that not be theft or something?
Yeah, but I mean the legal cause that what they're determining, like their rules for registering your thing have to be extremely difficult to do. I'm guessing. So like it's just I
ask you,
public service now. If you have Airbnb or something in California, make sure you follow all the legal laws.
Again, I ask you, why would you ever live in California?
Nice to visit. Don't live there.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is another reason why if you have like something on your property and or like an extra bedroom and you want to rent it out, forget about it. Don't do it.
Yeah, I don't think I'd ever rent a place that I like live in full time.
Yeah, I think it would be very difficult. All right, Chris.
Sorry, Joe.
It is what it is.
Joseph has been on fire lately with this.
Oh, he has.
But Mr. McGraw, do you have some tittle bitties for us, buddy?
I do.
You know, I'm a piece of poo, but last weekend we got a little tipsy, ladies and gentlemen, and I did not put out any of the, and we made a ton of money.
Nice.
Money.
That's funny. We did win the FanDuel. I managed to win that hungover, right?
And we did do that.
I got 3, and then I got a trivia question for you.
Oh, I like it. Look at this guy coming prepared. Everybody coming
So
prepared.
the first
today.
one is the Falcons are 0-3 against the spread in their past 3 games. They are 1.5 point favorites over the Houston Texans.
Really, only 1.5 favorites, huh?
Yeah.
On the home, right?
They are at home. The way the Texans have been playing, I would.
Yeah, I was going to say, Pay, don't you think?
But I mean, I'm saying, I think it's the Houston's an inexperienced team. I think they won the 2 games at home or won a game at home. They've been at home. Like going on the road is it's hard in the NFL to go.
I know, but they haven't looked that bad.
No. But I'm saying, I think it's just.
But Atlanta hasn't looked very good.
I would think a field goal at least at home for them.
Maybe you do take Atlanta then, because I mean, if they're going to win, it's probably going to be by a field goal.
The second one is the Titans have covered 5 straight means against the Colts. Tennessee's a 2-point favorite.
I fucking hate the Titans. I can never pick the Titans.
Neither can I.
At any point in any season, I can never get when they're going to win and when they're going to lose.
So wait, I'm sorry. Let's do the go. So we got Houston. We're taking Houston, and
I
then
would take Houston to cover
the
that
points.
1.5.
Okay, and then what did you get, Chris?
I would take Tennessee to cover the. I'd take Tennessee to win by 1-2.
And they're playing the Colts. The Colts are getting back. What's his face?
Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah,
and their quarterback's coming back too, right?
He played last week.
Oh, did he play last week?
Yeah.
Okay.
When they lost in overtime to the Rams.
That's a tricky one. Go ahead, Chris.
And then the last one is the Chiefs are 2-5 in their past 7 road games. I don't have I think they're 4-point underdogs against, or 4-point favorites against Minnesota on the road. I think they're gonna win by a touchdown over Minnesota.
Yeah, that surprises me.
Minnesota.
I don't.
Their defense is still dog shit. The Minnesota's can't stop anybody.
I could just. That's crazy to me that they got to be so bad.
Their defense was shit last year. Minnesota's.
Was it?
Yeah, it was. That's why they didn't make. That's why they kept losing because they were scoring a ton of points, but they couldn't stop anybody.
That's crazy. And I'm sorry, who does Minnesota play again, Chris?
The Kansas City Chiefs. I think the Chiefs are going to win by a touchdown at least.
This is where Travis Kelce gets his shit together and starts putting some points on the board.
I don't know. I don't know about that.
Cover the 4.5. I think they cover the 4.
They cover the 4.
Although it is hard on the road. They're on the road.
But they're in a dome. There's no weather. So
no, I'm not saying road weather. I'm saying it's just it's always tough. It's a tough environment in Minnesota either way.
Minnesota.
I think after blowing a 17-3 lead against a very
I couldn't believe how
Jets team.
That Jets defense came to play in the second half there.
Yeah, I still think they're going to be.
I'm telling you, there's only a matter of time before Andy Reid's seen enough of Manny call plays.
All right, and then here's my trivia bit for you because we don't have a Bears game this week. DJ Moore has 531 yards receiving through 5 games in 2023. Mm-hmm. The last time a Bears, can you name the receiver? The last time the Bears had a receiver with over 500 yards in 5 games to start the season.
Fuck.
Walter Payton in 80.
Walter Payton's a running back, sir. So I'm going to
Can you give us what decade it was in?
did
The
was
2000s?
Was it the fridge?
That's alignment, so you're out of guesses.
I mean,
Was it the fridge?
You need to shut up and go stand in a corner.
I think the answer, what I would want to say off the top of my head, the first one would be Brandon Marsh, but I'm not going to go that route. I'm gonna go with Marcus Robinson.
No. Damn. Peter, you got a guess?
Marty Booker.
Marcus Aurelius from Rome.
I'm gonna go with Tom Waddle.
He didn't play in
Too
the
far back.
2000s.
My guess was before I looked at it was Curtis Conway, but Pat got it on the second one. It was Marty Booker with 566 in 2022.
I was debating Booker.
Or
Booker
2002.
and Robinson. Yeah, one of those two guys.
That's awesome.
There's
Okay,
a name from the past for you.
Joe, did you? Or
He was
Chris,
pretty solid, Booker.
all right, Joseph, did you? Let's go with the lock. Chris, what do we need from Joe right now?
The Joe C. Lock of the Century of the Week.
Can I see the games to make my Survivor pick?
Yeah, Pepsi. I like that, baby.
I am picking the San Francisco, speaking of California, the San Francisco 49ers to win against
The Dallas
Cowboys.
Cowboys. Woo!
Get bold, baby. Get
Okay, so
bold.
On the road.
Oh, yep. Sorry. Pat, what do you got for the Survivor?
I just look at the games. Can you come back to that?
And Joe,
There you
did
go.
Joe win the Survivor poll last week, or has he been out?
He didn't pick.
Okay.
Who did I pick last week?
No, I just gave a winner pick of the lock
Who-
of the century.
What was your lock of the century? Because we made that your. Was it Philly?
I can look at the text.
Wait,
and
the
see.
Bills and Jacksonville are playing in London?
Yes.
Have the
Jags-
Jaguars been there the whole week?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh shit! I gotta bring that pick down.
Oh man, can I take the Bears?
Yeah.
No.
I can't believe they won.
It was a good game.
They're still not.
With I think that was a lot of. I know this is weird, but for me, I bet the Bears to win because of we had our pick there because of the passing of Dick Butkus. I just had a feeling that they were going to come out strong. You know what I'm going to go
What
with?
about
And
the 70-20 game 2 weeks ago?
Or that was Miami.
That was Miami. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was insane.
Is it true he used to be their water boy?
Who?
Oh yeah, Dan. Yeah,
The
McDaniels,
coach of
yeah.
Miami?
Yeah.
He's been he's very interesting. You know who he's childhood friends with? Dan Soder, the comedian.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He seems like a cool guy, a cool coach actually. But
Yeah, they do a lot of his clips, and he was giving crap to Tua. He's like, man, when you were in high school, you had the worst form.
Oh, I saw this. He goes, there was moments of your swag in there, but you sucked.
Yeah. I'm going to take, this is going to probably finish me, but I'm going to take the Miami over
I was thinking about that one.
over the Giants.
All right, I won't go with that
The
anymore.
G-man.
I won't go. I'm going to go the Lions over the Panthers.
Oh, the Lions.
Ooh, baby. All right. And before we end,
So in the Survivor pool?
yeah.
You going with the 49ers, Joe, too, in that?
Yeah, I'll go with that.
All right. Okay. I want to, so
we'll be
I should have
doubling
brought this.
down.
I should have brought this earlier, and I apologize for not doing this in the beginning of the podcast because it's my favorite segment. But it is read comments from our favorite fans.
Oh, baby.
And this week, so me and Chris, I think we threw up two. We did two shorts this week, and one was of Chris punting the ball.
I saw that, and Pepsi had a great reception on it.
Pepsi's. This was the best part of the whole video. Pepsi goes like this, going by the ball, and he goes.
I know. He clapped it like it was going to stop it.
And my description of it was, who needs a punter? And we got some great comments back.
Oh, baby.
One was maybe for high school.
Nice.
No Pat McAfee, but not bad. High school's not bad, Chris.
I take it.
I just thought this was funny because of what the guy said, but I don't know what it really means. Is that shocked more than a gay person?
Is
What?
that shot?
Is that shocked more than a gay person?
Shocked more than a gay? What?
I don't understand what the fuck that comment means.
I didn't either, but I thought it was kind of funny. I'm like, this guy's a weirdo.
Is that shocked more than a? I don't get that one. Sorry.
We are also up 10 new subscribers. So subscribers, how you doing? Thanks for joining the Saturday Night Pregame
Can you
podcast.
add a new comment to let us know what that means, please?
Yeah.
We're a little old, evidently.
I didn't get it either, but I just liked it. Didn't say anything because you can't pull a Tom Segura and start calling people poor.
No.
That's not a good look.
We're poor too, Peter. We can't really call them. We sympathize with you.
Yeah, I know. Seriously. Okay, we'll end this podcast here. Brian Hamilton's out and ready to go, but I wanted to. I do have one question. I asked Chris this today, and I wanted to see if you guys had a moment when you realized. I was listening to a song, and it talked about his love for Miller Lite came from his dad, and I thought in our group we have a tremendous love for Coors Light.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys have any idea where that really kind of came from?
I mean, I wasn't around when you guys. It was already concrete,
Signed, sealed, delivered when you
It
came
was
in.
locked in.
Yeah,
it had to be
it
for me. It had to be the $1 night at High Tops, right?
That's what Chris thought too.
Yep.
When they switched it.
And when they went from, because it was Bud Light
The Bud
originally,
Light products.
and they went to Coors Light, and we're like, all right, and then we started drinking that for like the next 3 years, and like that's what it was. You got used to it.
Okay. I wanted to recommend.
It's that addictive.
We
it's that
are
addictiveness.
because there are people who are brand loyal, and sometimes it's like foolish. Like, but we
It's also the
truly
only beer that
really
tells you when
love.
it's ready to drink.
That's true. We do, and I was thinking maybe is it because we got the Coors Light machine? But Chris like, no, we were drinking Coors Light. We wouldn't have bought it if it was.
We was well before then.
It
It had to be High Tops, right? Yeah.
That's what I think it was. I think High Tops. We were getting Bud Lights for like the longest time.
Or Miller Lights. We were drinking whatever was the cheapest. Like
Yeah,
whatever you could find that was like.
But I think like they had the Bud Light because they had like all the Bud Light products.
remember-
like Bud Light
remember,
Wheat, Bud Light Orange.
'Cause
Peter
the-
was the Bud Light Lime guy.
Because at Weisswolds we were drinking like Blue Moons and like High Lifes and whatever was like the $2 beer that didn't taste the shittiest, the least shitty.
Yeah, everybody would get one. It was Stella, Blue Moon,
And
High Life.
High
Yeah.
Life, yeah. And whichever
Yeah.
one tasted less skunky, you'd buy.
Yep, exactly.
And then I remember those Blue Moon hangovers were the worst with that orange. Oh, the acidity. That was brutal stuff.
All right, boys. We'll end this beautiful podcast on just some feel
I
good
missed
stories.
$250 beer night.
I missed $1 beer night. I could.
I'm not even kidding you. I remember when $5. This is how old we are, but I remember when we thought $5. Wow, next to the bar, we gotta get out of
We
here.
remember we would go to Weisswolds and buy the $2 beers, and we get hammered, and we'd buy one $5 beer at like Lionhead. And we're
Yeah.
like, oh, it's a lot.
That's how
poor we were.
All right, boys. Scientists are 3D printing stem cells that can be implanted into brain tissue.
That's interesting.
That's
Nice.
awesome.
Pat, there's hope.
That was good. That came out of nowhere. I loved it. Cops jump a fence to catch suicidal woman's arm just in time on Indiana overpass.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Some good people in this world. My dad sent me a card on my wedding day, 20 years after his death. That's awesome.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
How the hell do you do that?
You just wrote one out, probably.
and then they gave it to her on her.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait. He died 20 years before the wedding?
Yeah, so he wrote
Yeah.
it.
So when he died,
Oh, because he was young. Okay. Sorry.
Yes.
I didn't follow. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
I was like, how do they go back to the future? I don't get this.
I don't understand time travel, guys.
Someone called Doc.
I got it. He was young. She was dying, and his daughter was young, and
Yeah.
I got you. Okay.
Painting assumed to be a copy is real after note is found in frame, making it worth thousands. Good for that person.
Nice.
All right, and last one. Natural defenses in plants may be successful in humans against neurodegenerative diseases, new studies show. So it looks like there's some plants that might be able to help with some neuro diseases,
Nice.
which is
That's
kind of
good.
cool.
Pat, there's hope.
Oh, boys, this is a good one. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for joining us on a beautiful podcast Saturday night with the beers. Do us a favor. Hit that like, subscribe. What can they do, Chris?
Ring the bell.
You can email us at the smpodcast@gmail.com. Throw up those comments. We love. My favorite segment is reading the silly comments this world has. I'm not gonna lie though.
Yeah,
sometimes I get a little nervous when I throw out a video, but the comments that are gonna come, it does make me a
I
little
gotta start creating
anxious.
a burner account to rip on you guys.
Nice.
Nice clap. Who's that weirdo?
That Pat guy's so handsome.
Why don't you guys let him talk more? Ladies and gentlemen, like our buddy says, there ain't no party like a pregame party, but do yourself a favor, get some BioSteel, get some Liquid IV, take it easy, and enjoy your Sundays.
Hydration is key.
Why is Dick Buckus always riding me over there?